I noticed something about job descriptions. We say we have jobs, but what we actually have now are instruction manuals. When someone says, "That's not in my job description," it sounds defensive. But if you stop and think about it, that sentence didn't exist the way it does now. A job used to describe what you were responsible for. Now it describes how you were allowed to do it. Take something simple. If your job was janitor, the assumption was obvious. You clean things. You figure out how. You notice what needs doing. You do the work. Now the job description doesn't just say clean. It says how often, in what order, using which products, documented in which system, reported to whom, by when, and in what format. At that point, you're not accepting a job. You're accepting a script. And it doesn't stop at entry-level work. When you take a job like principal, you think you're signing up to lead, to make judgments, to prioritize, to decide what matters most in real time. But what you quickly learn is that the job has already been decided for you. Not just the outcomes, the behavior. How many meetings you should attend, how many emails you should send, how quickly you should respond, how often you should observe, what you should document, what counts as evidence, what doesn't. You're not trusted to do the job. You're trusted to follow the instructions of the job. And that's the shift. We didn't protect people by clarifying roles. We replaced judgment with compliance. The job title stopped being a responsibility and became a permission structure. You're not hired to think. You're hired to execute a predefined version of thinking. That's why everything feels so rigid. That's why people are afraid to improvise. That's why "not in my job description" sounds hostile now. Because stepping outside the script isn't initiative anymore. It's risk. We tell ourselves this protects everyone. It doesn't. It removes ownership. It removes pride. It removes the ability to say, "I saw a problem and handled it." And the irony is that we did all of this in the name of accountability. But accountability without trust doesn't create better work. It creates safer behavior. People stop asking, "What's the right thing to do now?" and start asking, "What am I allowed to do without getting in trouble?" That's not leadership. That's navigation. We didn't lose good workers. We trained them out of using their judgment. And then we wonder why no one takes initiative anymore. That's just something I've noticed.